Night 1. Post-match Scara stepped into the ring, camera locked on her face. She stared straight into the lens. Murphy, if you're watching this while you recover from last night, there's only one thing I have to say to you. Respect. You didn't just prove me wrong. Even in defeat, you proved you can hang. You gave me the toughest fight I've had in a long time. Broken nose and all, you kept coming. You're the toughest woman who's ever stepped foot in this ring. If you ever come back, I'll be waiting for that rematch. But right now, who's next? Who's going to step up and try to take this belt from me? Before the words fully left her mouth, another woman appeared. Tall, black, short dreadlocks, muscular without bulk, six-pack visible, arms defined, wearing boxing-style shorts, white shoes, and taped hands. Dara Schatz. She walked straight up to Scara. They locked eyes. Dara was taller. She didn't flinch. She took the microphone, brought it to her mouth, and said calmly, "You thought Murphy was a challenge. This is what a real challenger looks like?" Scara didn't back up an inch. She held the eye contact and answered, "I said I'd take on anyone. If you think you're a challenge, prove it. At the grand event." Dara smiled, then she kicked Scara hard in the gut. Scara dropped, then slowly rose. Dara immediately unloaded. Front suplex, stiff shots, then her finisher, a hardcore Holly-style spike. She left Scara laid out and walked off without looking back. Night 2. Scara's response. Scara came out the next night, still carrying the damage. She held the title up and spoke with quiet fire. "Dara, you did a number on me. Murphy and every other woman who's pushed me to my limits, they're the reason I'm still standing here waving this championship. You're stronger, slightly more muscular. I don't even know if I can beat you, but that doesn't mean I'm putting my tail between my legs. I'm going to give you everything I have, and if I go down, I'm taking a piece of you with me. I'll stand my ground even if my heart stops beating. Dara, give me everything you've got. Prove you're the threat everyone's talking about, because this is my ring. I own it. The only way to become the alpha is to beat the alpha. Show up with your real guns, if you can beat me." She dropped the mic and walked away. Later. That night, Dara's dominance in a singles match, Dara was merciless. Suplexes, face stomps, standing on her opponent's head. She finished it with her signature neckbreaker and pinned her clean. As the referee's hand hit 3, Scara appeared at the top of the ramp. No theatrics, just cold determination in her eyes and scars across her face. She walked to the ring. Dara and Scara stood face to face in the center. The stare-down was pure intensity. Dara's eyes burning, Scara's completely empty of emotion. The announcer's voice cut through. "This is going to be an intense match. Stay tuned for the grand event." The screen went black. The grand event Dara made her entrance first. Then Scara, stoic, rolling her neck side to side as she walked. No smile, no reaction to the crowd. Before the bell even rang, Scara exploded. She charged, throwing punches and open-hand shots. Dara barely flinched. She shrugged the strikes off and answered with a pair of suplexes. Scara kept getting up, rabid, relentless, like a wounded animal that refused to stay down. Dara finally grabbed her, lifted her, and hurled her into the ropes, then over the top to the outside. She followed, slamming Scara's head into the announce table. Blood poured down Scara's face. She wiped it, licked it from her fingers, then grabbed a steel chair and smashed it across Dara's back again and again. It barely registered. Dara took the chair away, set Scara up, and drove her through the table with her hardcore Holly finisher. She dragged her to the steps and hit the same move again. Then she threw Scara back inside. Scara, covered in blood and running on pure will, forced herself to her feet. Dara just stared at her. She picked Scara up, drove repeated headbutts into her, then locked her in a spinning variation of the hardcore Holly position, whirling her until she was dizzy before spiking her. Scara kicked out at the last possible second. Dara charged off the ropes. Scara ducked, hit a flurry of offense, then launched suicide dives that sent Dara crashing into the steel steps. She stomped the leg, targeted it relentlessly until Dara's base started to buckle. Just as Dara tried to set up her finisher, the injured leg gave out. Scara sprang up and planted a super kick. Dara stumbled into the corner. Scara climbed and hit a diving headbutt. Dara kicked out, another diving headbutt. Another kick out. Scara went for one more. Dara caught her, hoisted her onto her back in the setup for her neck breaker, the move she called the breakup, and drove her down hard. 1, 2, 3. Dara's hand was raised. The new champion. Scara slowly pushed herself up, bloodied, exhausted, barely standing. The crowd, which had been loud for the violence, began to cheer for the fallen champion who refused to quit. The camera held on her for a long moment. Then the screen went black.